Hi guys, Sci-Fi Recapped here. Before we start, warning, spoilers ahead. Today, I'm gonna explain a 2020 Polish social thriller and award-winning movie called The Hater. This is a film that captures the big horrifying consequences of social media influence in real life, done by a seemingly ordinary student. The movie begins with Tomek, or Tomasz Giemza, a law student who was dropped out of college due to committing plagiarism but managed to get his professor's signature on his book. Later in the evening, he attended a dinner with the Krasukis, a wealthy upper-class family who is also his scholarship grantor. The parents, Robert and Zosia, seem impressed with Tomek, but Gabi, the daughter, acts coldly even though she knows she will be attending the same university as him. Tomek purposely leaves his phone in a Krasuki residence to eavesdrop on the family conversation after he leaves, in which he found out that Zosia plans to grant him more money, and Gabi comments bitterly about him. Tomek moves out of his student dorm despite his friends not being convinced he can afford the rent. He applies for jobs related to marketing and social media but does not seem to get any offers. On one evening, he joins his friends to a club, finds Gabi there, and dances with her before she suddenly resents him again. He eavesdrops on a middle-aged woman on a phone call, seemingly furious with the person on the other end, saying that they do not know how a millennial does it. Tomek takes his chance to talk to the woman Beata Santorska, who works at Bezba's public relations agency, and convinces her that he can do the job, even for free. Beata promises to send him the brief by email, then leaves. Then Tomek finds Gabi very drunk and walks her home safely. Later that evening, Tomek receives a letter containing the brief from Beata. He is asked to reduce the public popularity of a fitness influencer, Fit Anita. He finds out that the influencer has been promoting a new juice diet that contains turmeric and aspires to create a false campaign promoting bad effects of the turmeric juice. While presenting to Beata and her trusted co-worker Camille, Tomek gets questioned about the ethical issues of his idea, but he cleverly counters Beata's statement saying that both of them are not interested in real ethical marketing. He gets the job, but just as he starts working, Camille asks him to urgently find weak points of a politician campaigning to be the next mayor of Warsaw, Paweł Rudnicki. Tomek is startled when web search results show connection between Rudnicki and the Krasuki family, but he claims to Camille that he has not found any weak points yet. Gabi invites Tomek to her sister's birthday, Natalia. They sneak out and play Truth or Dare in a darkened room where he learns that she has been struggling with depression issues and started therapy. He also admits to her that he dropped out of college, which leaves her very puzzled. They are interrupted by Robert just as Tomek is about to explain to Gabi that he plans to tell the truth to her parents and return all the scholarship money. After that, he does not hear any word from Gabi, even unfriended by her on social media. On the other hand, his false campaign on Fit Anita works wonderfully as the influencer is forced to suspend her activity and publishes an apology video, to which satisfies Beata very much. Beata promises him a bonus and orders him to learn about more advanced equipment, such as micro cameras and wiretaps, to sabotage people's conversations and make his job easier, but riskier. Gabi still does not respond to Tomek's social media messages, so he decides to come to a charity auction organized by the Krasukis. It turns out that Robert and Zosia already knew the truth about him, but he still promises to return the money. At the same event, he finds out that Rudnicki is there as an honored guest. He comes to the Krasuki residence when the family is not at home, places sabotaging devices on Gabi's bedroom, and places all his scholarship money on her bed. At work, he gets a new assignment to bring down Rudnicki's popularity, so he conducts deep research and carefully listens to the Krasuki family conversations from his sabotaging devices. He's surprised when finding out that Gabi is dating Stasek, a good man closely related to the Krasukis. His social media campaigns against Rudnicki by using many fake accounts have not shown any good results. One day, Tomek meets his former college roommate Marcin at a shooting arena, asking to teach him how to shoot. He closely observes the arena, the staff, and the security system. After the session, he hangs out with Marcin and his friends at a bar, in which he learns from their conversation that the group shows no interest in Rudnicki's campaign, even seeming to dismiss him. A guy named Guzek shows up, which Marcin's friend refers as someone doing nonsense actions trying to be viral on the internet, including stacking explosive in his basement. However, they acknowledge him to be a good shooter. Tomek finds out more about Guzek on social media and discovers that he frequently posts videos on the internet. Tomek comes to Stazek's art exhibition venue to meet Zofia and directly apologizes for his actions. He also expresses his intention to volunteer in the upcoming art exhibition, in which Zofia agrees but warns him not to use the chance to approach Gabi again. He continues to stalk Guzek and arranges to meet his character in his favorite video game. He narrates how European fundamental values are threatened by external forces and the elites cannot save them, and demands Guzek's service to resist the fall of Europe. At the art exhibition, Zofia introduces Tomek to Rudniki, in which Rudniki invites Tomek to join his campaign team, but he reluctantly dismisses. During the press conference of the exhibition, Guzek verbally attacks Rudniki, accuses him of being a communist, and briefly disrupts the event before being dragged out by the security. The moment goes viral on the internet, to which Beata praises, but her secret client demands more, exposing a social scandal of Rudniki. Tomek notices the secret client uses strange words in the brief. He applies to Rudniki's campaign team to get closer to him, much to Rudniki's surprise of his change of mind. He discovers an old news showing Rudniki might support LGBT rights, which inspires him to take Rudniki for a dinner, drunks him, and invites him to a gay club where he insists Rudniki to dance with him. The footage of Rudniki in the club causes social media chaos, in which Beata is happy for, but drives Rudniki completely stressed out. Tomek convinces Rudniki to make a public statement so his supporters are not disappointed. From his sabotaging devices in the Krasuki residence, he learns that the family plans to invite him to an opera, which he awkwardly attends, and Gabi is moving to New York with Stasek. He hacks into Camille's devices and creates a long march event for both Rudniki's supporters and opposers. People are joining the event, even the Krasuki family. Tomek meets again with Guzek in the video game to give him the next mission, but Guzek shows doubt. The Long March event results in a little clash, but does not seem to negatively affect Rudniki's reputation. On the way home, Tomek proposes a panel event for Rudniki and his important supporters, to which the Krasukis agree. He then asks Guzek for another mission, but Guzek is reluctant on the risk of the mission and demands a lot of money. While Tomek figures out how to execute his next mission, he listens to Rudniki's interviews on the internet. He suddenly notices familiar strange words said by Rudniki's competitor, Maciej Zozda, and deduces that Zozda is his secret client all along. He comes to Zozda, admits that he works for him, and asks for a lot of money to ensure the secrecy of his work. Zozda agrees, but when Tomek reports to Guzek, Guzek demands a higher amount. At work, Beata and Camille seem to disapprove of Tomek's actions. Even Camille kicks Tomek out of his room and orders him to moderate the contents again. Tomek approaches Beata and cleverly asks her to give him the money he needed, in which Beata agrees to do, but dismisses him afterwards. Tomek can finally execute his plan. He breaks into the shooting arena, steals a gun, and transfers it to Guzek. He gives one last brief to Guzek in the video game before he asks Guzek to kill his character, ensuring all Guzek's demands are met but they cannot see each other in real life. Surprisingly, he finds Gabi in the panel event, to which he explains that she wants to directly apologize to him and he did not deserve the things she had done to him. He's startled by Gabi's presence when he realizes his plan is now in motion. The panel is interrupted by a mass shooting done by a masked Guzek. Guzek successfully kills Natalia, Rudniki, and several other people before Tomek performs a heroic act to stab him, but unfortunately he also gets stabbed in the process and passes out. Tomek is regarded as a hero for helping stop Guzek, with the whole social media praising and congratulating him. While still recovering in a hospital, he receives visitors from the country's anti-terrorism agency who deduces that Guzek might have an accomplice when carrying out his mission. When questioned about his possibility of involvement in the case, he performs a desperate cry, saying the government agents have no empathy for him after all he had been through. After being sent out from the hospital, he gains control of the Best Buzz PR agency after blackmailing Beata that he has evidence of her crime and kicks Camille out of the firm. In the last scene, Tomek is shown attending a dinner at the Krasukis again. This time, the whole family acknowledges him silently. Even Gabi gratefully accepts him. Subscribe to watch more videos like this, turn on notifications, and leave a like to help the channel out. Thank you for watching.